dense folds of forgotten woodland, shrouded in mist and shadow, sits an old estate known only through whispered rumors. Blackwood Manor, isolated by a tangled wilderness and the passage of time. The manor's rotting timbers and shattered windows gaze out like hollow eyes, watching centuries slide past. Those who have dared venture near speak in hushed tones of its history, of a family torn apart by madness, of disappearances that left no trace, and of a presence that still lingers, insatiable and ageless. Every tale begins the same, a chill in the air, colder than the shifting mist. The silence surrounding Blackwood Manor is oppressive. No birdsong, no wind through the broken branches, only the distant, mournful creak of unseen doors. Even on cloudless nights, a pall of darkness envelops the grounds, swallowing light, smothering courage. Step closer to the warped porch, where rotten leaves have drifted into piles, and you might hear the faint scraping of nails against wood. Some say it's the wind, but everyone who lives nearby knows better. The manor's front door hangs crooked, wedged open by years of neglect, but crossing that threshold is to step back in time, into a place unmoored from reality. Inside, the air is thick with stagnant decay and an undercurrent of something fouler, sickly sweet. The grand staircase looms, its railings warped and splintered, ascending into darkness that swallows even the bravest flashlight beam. On the walls, faded portraits watch with lifeless eyes, some with faces blurred, distorted, as if the very paint recoiled from what it depicted. The floorboards groan beneath careful steps, each sound echoing through empty halls like a warning. There are rooms here untouched for decades, dust-choked and festooned with cobwebs, yet small signs suggest the house is anything but empty. A cup moved, muddy footprints crossing the foyer, a child's toy left in the middle of a cold, forgotten corridor. At midnight, soft footsteps echo above, though the rooms should be deserted. Unmarked doors, concealed behind torn wallpaper, led to cramped attics and airless cellars. Within these tight confines, lost souls are said to haunt the shadows, their sorrow carving the darkness into shapes just outside the corner of your eye. Few have dared spend a night in Blackwood Manor. Locals tell stories of thrill-seekers who vanished, their belongings discovered months later, scattered across the grounds or tossed into the stagnant pond out back. Survivors, if they could still be called that, return glassy-eyed, their voices trembling with the memory of what they had endured. They speak of the walls whispering secrets in languages forgotten, of unseen hands reaching from the gloom, icy fingers brushing bare skin. Deep within the house lies the drawing room, draped in heavy, moth-eaten curtains that stifle even the faintest rays of sunlight. A grim fireplace dominates one wall, cold and crumbling, its recess scorched black by ancient, unnatural fires. It's here, by the ashen grate, that the legend began. They say a child, a daughter of the Blackwood line, was the first to vanish, her laughter echoing until it was snuffed out, her room left locked and undisturbed, adored toys arranged lovingly as if awaiting her impossible return. The family fractured under the weight of grief. The father slipped from reality, pacing halls by candlelight, muttering stories only he could see, plagued by shadows crawling across the ceilings. Guests and staff disappeared, their rooms left in perfect order, their fates unknown. Some believe the house feeds upon sorrow and fear, trapping souls forever within its walls until the house itself is sated. Years passed, the house claimed by the forest, yet its appetite never waned. Modern explorers find strange symbols carved into the floor, old mirrors covered in shrouds, and a grand piano in the parlor, its keys pressed by invisible hands in the dead of night. Sometimes, late in the darkest hours, the air vibrates with an oppressive resonance. A voice, low and relentless, chanting to be heard above the creeping silence. The words, indistinct, have been captured by recorders brought in by paranormal investigators, only to distort into shrieks upon playback. A warning, or a curse. Legends circulate of a mirror room at the heart of the manor, a place so deeply embedded with sorrow and secrets that few have found it, and none have returned unchanged. Those who claim to have glimpsed its thresholds speak of countless reflections twisted in agony, staring from within the fractured glass, pleading for release. Sometimes, in the hall outside, you can see your own reflection trembling with fear before you do. No two experiences within Blackwood Manor are the same. Some are haunted by the sound of weeping, echoing through the walls. Others report seeing fleeting figures. A woman in a moth-eaten gown drifting past doorways, her face obscured by a tangle of matted black hair. The scent of old roses and rotting earth hangs in the air wherever she passes. Down in the cellar, the bravest whisper of claw marks gouged into stone and walls that shift, trapping the unwary until the darkness claims them for good. Animals refuse to approach the property. Birds veer away mid-flight. Dogs pace and whimper, tails tucked and eyes wide. Even the wind, so bold in the trees, falters as it touches the manor's eaves. Locals leave offerings at the boundary, coins, bread, salt, prayers to appease whatever lingers within. Some believe the house is alive, that its hunger grows with every soul that enters, every fear uncovered within its labyrinth of creaking floors and suffocating silence. Entwined within its walls are not just memories, but something darker, a presence that waits, restless and unrelenting, eager to ensnare the next intruder. Those brave enough to wander its halls are warned to never look back, no matter what voices call out, no matter how sweet or familiar they may sound. In Blackwood Manor, not all who speak are among the living, and not all who listen escape unchanged, and so the legend endures. Blackwood Manor waits, patient and persistent, its windows glowing faintly with an inexplicable, pale light as the sun sets, and darkness takes hold. For those compelled by curiosity, greed, or the endless allure of the supernatural, remember this: the house does not care why you enter. Once inside, it may never let you leave. Its hallways yearn for footsteps, its walls crave voices, and the shadows within are always endlessly listening.